in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to beat the Forebrothers Signis Gron fight. So I'm not going to say where this one is, but it's kind of obvious if you see sort of the background. But this fight is quite easy. He has that spiral attack, and then he has this combo attack. These are literally like his two attacks. So he'll wind that up and shoot it out, just jump over it, and then he will swing and do that. So I know it seems simple, but it spawns ads because of course it does. So there you can see I got hit by his combo. So when he throws that out, it's sort of like Hornet and Hollow Knight. You can kind of get some attacks in while it's flying. And then, yeah, here comes the ad spawns, unfortunately. So what I tried to do is deal with the ads first. You can knock them into lava, as you could see, even though he was one hit away from dying. There, I don't know what I'm doing. I will say I was one and done on this fight, so I didn't get any practice at it. I didn't know it was coming. Caught me off guard. You can see I'm using my Silk to heal. It's very important to stay full health if you can. Now we've got more ads. I thought I moved my pogo to go the other way, but it did not. Now we got this guy throwing stuff. So there I was trying to get a Silk move in on that floating enemy, and I didn't. So this was the sketchiest part of the fight, because there's 3 enemies and you're trying to dodge the attacks from the boss. So yeah, you can pogo that little enemy, so that makes that pretty easy. And then yeah, just always be keeping an eye on the boss. There's just a lot to juggle when there's 3 enemies on the field, so try to use your Silk move or whatever your R1 button is to sort of take out a couple of the enemies quickly. Like I said, I didn't know any of this fight before going into it, so I was just kind of reacting on the fly a lot. So there, like I was saying, when that disc is flying, you can get some hits in, and now he spawns in his brother Gron, who has that harpoon, which does explode, and then he has that slam attack that explodes. So he will throw his harpoon and he'll do that slam. That was just really unfortunate. So watch, that harpoon will explode, so stay away from it. If you have the magma bell or whatever it's called that reduces fire damage, very, very, very important for this fight. So there I start using my abilities because I was like, okay, I just want to get some damage in as much as I can. These guys are quite tanky. This fight is not overly difficult once you get to this part. No more ads spawn in. So you just kind of have to keep an eye on what both bosses are doing and get your damage in where you can. I know I sound like a broken record at this point on all my tutorials, but it really is that simple. You have to, there's a nice, so I have the double jump now. I have a guide on my channel on how to get the double jump. That's how you can access this area. But yeah, so I get lots of height and then I pull off a heal. So like I said, try to keep your health up at all times. There, that was unfortunate, and then I'm taking more damage. So yeah, not playing very well at all, but just trying to avoid these guys as best I can. I had a stun there, so I could have gotten some damage, but I wanted to take the heal instead. Like I said, the really big thing is just being patient, get damage in where you can, but mostly just try to be avoiding the attacks. And like I said, also use your ranged abilities. I used a spike trap. I used my 3 blades. People have been asking me where I get those 3 blades. I believe it is from the forge lady in Deep Docks. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's where I got it, if memory serves. So yeah, just purchased from a vendor. There, unfortunate, couldn't get behind him. So I can be using my Silk move here as well, but I want them stacked up before I use it. Here I just take the opportunity to heal. So yeah, there's kind of 2 ways. You could go for aggression and try to kill one early, or do what I'm doing and just stay alive as much as you can. I got very lucky that that guy didn't hit me while I was healing. And yeah, just trying to build Silk so that I can either have a heal ready or do my Silk move. But yeah, there we go. I got both them at once, and I actually took one out. So you can see I kill this guy with the Darth Maul looking thing, but this other guy keeps attacking, so just be wary of that. But now when it's one-on-one, mano-a-mano, it's much, much easier. But now lava does start falling from the ceiling. So you do have to be cognizant of that and just stay away from it. Keep your eye on the boss. Don't get hit by the lava. Now I'm going in because I had lots of health. And so yeah, I was using my Silkstorm. But yeah, like I said, they're quite tanky. The hardest part is when there's those 3 enemies on the field. So if you have a Silk move, definitely use it to get one of those enemies down quickly, and then you can just manage the other 2. And then when it's both bosses, like I said, just kite them around, pick damage where you can, but mostly just avoid damage and keep your Silk to heal. So I hope that helped, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.